Okay.
All right, Rhett, since you called heads, then if you're right, that means I have to run into Lando's closet and put on one of his shirts. But if it's wrong, if it's tails, you got to run into Shepard's closet and put on one of his shirts. Hello, Stevie. Welcome to Good Mythical MORE, everybody.
What does Stevie have to do?
Stevie,
Nothing.
you have to
Just
watch. You just have to watch.
Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. It is heads. Link, go get one of Lando's shirts, please.
All right. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
Hi, Rhett.
Get one of your shirts.
Hi, Stevie. You're at home. I see.
I have this like interesting situation going on where this headphone is going into my computer so that you can hear me and I can hear you, and then this headphone's going into my phone so that it can record audio better. And it's two of the same headphones, but man.
But two different headphones.
Yeah, but it's the same brand. They're both Apple headphones.
Oh, it's Apple.
Brought to you by.
Is that a picture that you drew behind you?
Hold on, let me pin myself for a second.
I'm back.
Okay.
Check this out.
Oh no, now I can't see Link. I need to go back.
Look at that.
Okay. Hold on. That's Lando's shirt?
Lando sleeps in old shirts of mine, and
come on.
This is one of his sleep shirts. It's too small.
This is
for me.
a cop-out, man.
Look at that.
You came back with a shirt.
That's how you used to wear your t-shirts.
Yeah, you used to wear t-shirts like that like 4 years ago. That's a cop-out.
Yeah, and then I gave them all to him because look how I wore t-shirts this tight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like 3 years ago, 36 months ago, you
So-
wore t-shirts that tight.
This shirt is an official shirt from T-Shirt War. I think this was an extra scene that didn't make it into the actual video.
Well, just so you know, if I would have lost, I would have put
Fine.
on one of Shepard's shirts.
Okay, he's gone again. I can talk about the artwork behind me.
Yes.
This a friend did, who's super talented, Kim's World. And then this one actually was the reference painting for one of the paintings on our set that we had to repaint to be completely in the clear. So hopefully no one says anything about the sunset behind me.
Oh, really?
But this is a
Wow.
friend's, so we're good.
What is it? A snail?
It's like a representation of the world, and see this thing that's going like this?
Yep.
It's an arm with a peace sign. World
Okay.
peace.
That's what we need right now.
Seriously.
World peace. So what is your, how are you enjoying this time?
Oh boy, I'm having a blast. Let me tell you, I'm glad we're in this situation. No, I mean the entire Mythical crew has been working from home, and I mean that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better.
Wow.
What is
I
it?
think what we're learning is
I
that,
used to wear a 10-year-old shirt, 10-year-old
Yeah.
boy shirts.
I mean,
I think I had this image that I was in better shape than I am. Like, I feel like I'm in better shape with a smaller shirt. I'm gonna go back to it because now I just feel kind of frumpy or whatever in my bigger, fluffier shirts.
Fluffier?
I don't know.
Okay.
Flowier is what I meant to say. What were you saying?
Asked me if I'm having a really good time, and I am. But I was saying that the whole Mythical crew is working from home, and we've made this whole adaptation, and it's going pretty well, I think.
yeah, we finally got there. For some reason, it was just way more complicated than I ever understood. I was like, oh yeah, I'll be on a video chat. Link will be on a video chat.
Yeah.
We're all YouTubers. We can figure this out.
We'll get.
The episode took a little bit longer. It'll get easier.
I think we will get better at it. But I didn't think that was a bad. I didn't think that was a bad first split screen episode. You know, I felt pretty connected to what you were doing, right? For the most part.
I feel pretty sick right now.
Yeah, I don't
You
feel great.
sick?
It's probably not best if you say something like that. during this time.
Oh yeah. I mean, my stomach feels like it's got a lot of horseradish in it. To be specific, I do not feel sick or anything like that.
I have a headache from eating the freaking fish sauce. I just worked myself up so much. It was horrible.
I kind of like fish sauce.
Try it by itself.
Okay.
You will not like it. It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's saltier than soy sauce, and it's fishier than like eating a dead fish.
Well, you don't normally eat live fish?
So, Stevie, what are you doing in your home environment to stay, just to stay vibrant?
Okay, I did do one, like, I'm rolling out a new social series for my friends. I'm not making other content. We're making enough content, but I did decide that this past weekend, I was going to do a not lame virtual brunch hangout.
I saw that on your Instagram.
Yeah, where I invited a few friends and I said, like, make your own brunch and we're just going to chat and we're going to hang out like we usually do at brunch. It's a very LA thing.
Explain the non-lame part. Like, why did you feel like you had to say that? And what does that mean?
I mean, wow, we're going deep here. But the surface answer is that it feels lame to do a video chat. Like, it feels weird and like,
Not anymore, Stevie.
Exactly,
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
The world is changing.
We stayed on the video chat for like 2.5 hours. It was really fun. And guess what? The best part of brunch is just talking to your friends. So that was maintained. So I'm also scheduling a not lame virtual happy hour.
Oh, wow. You are quite the social butterfly.
Yeah, with pretty much the same people. That's the thing, is that like you know that I'm not a social butterfly, so I'm pretty okay with this whole not being able to go out thing.
But you have that butterfly tattoo that you're so proud of.
I do not.
Why don't you're supposed to start singing
do.
our song. You're supposed to start singing the Facebook song. Don't you know the lyrics?
Oh, yes.
No, but every girl I've ever dated, I think, has a butterfly tattoo somewhere.
Okay, that counts.
That's one of the things I'm going to do during this time is give myself a butterfly tattoo.
Oh.
The whole virtual brunch thing, we haven't done virtual brunch yet, but we have done a virtual dinner. Link, you and your family were part of that.
Yeah, we did a virtual
with
dinner.
Another family. And I just talked to my brother's family last night, and I was talking to my dad on the phone. I was like, well, we should do we should do a video chat. Like, literally never have I done a video chat with my parents.
Yeah.
Ever. But I just feel like it's becoming, in fact, I was talking to my dad who, is a law professor, and he's doing all his classes from his house now. And he was like, and he's having like meetings and stuff on Zoom. He's like, this Zoom thing. He says, I don't see why we're ever going to meet in person again. It's like, it's completely, for him, it's like clicked. He's like, why get in my car and go somewhere to have a meeting when I could just have a meeting on the internet? And he's,
a lot of things aren't going to go back.
Old.
That's true.
I gotta say, the most epic. So yeah, I have to teach my parents how to do the whole Google Hangout thing. But I have a friend who decided with his family that they were going to do quarantine rap battles, in which they each write their own rap that has to do with the quarantine. And then they send that video out to their family, and then the next person does it. And then he sent me a bunch of the videos, including his mom doing one. I died. It's quite something. So I don't think that can be beat. Family.
Are you suggesting that we do that right now?
I mean, you could do it. It would be good and it would be funny, but it would be a different kind of good and funny. No. he also has like 5 of them on his own. Like he's just cranking out beats, and he's not going to be pleased when he hears of this video.
I mean, we gotta put the links in the description.
Yeah, maybe I'll ask him if he's okay with sharing one, and we can cut it in.
Of his mom.
Now, what about your food? Like, are you doing different? I know for us, like, there's a number of things that we haven't been able to get when you go to the grocery store. It's like, oh, we don't have any eggs, or we've done like some online orders and stuff, and so I've had a lot of beans and rice, which for me is good. My family, not so much.
We kind of put as much as possible into the freezer, which means you have to make the decision of what you're eating the next day a full like 24 hours in advance, so that it can defrost. But I will say we got a pack of mac and cheese with the powder packet, which I'm sure, actually, we've had the mac and cheese conversation, and your kids do mac and cheese a little bit differently than I remember as a kid. But I was going to say, I'm sure you guys have that at your house anyway.
Mac and cheese, that's what we call it, yeah.
But with the powdered cheese packet situation.
Yeah. Mac and cheese.
I know, but there's some that have like the Velveeta.
Yeah, some do a like a semi-liquid cheese. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got one of those, and we were actually really excited about it. And we also had a frozen thing of peas, and we realized that we had that combination. And I was like, Cassie, this might sound really gross to you, but right now it sounds really good to me, and I'm actually really excited about it. And then I was like, what do you think about mac and cheese with peas? And she was like, oh my God, that sounds delicious.
Oh, and you're talking about garden peas, like green peas? Yes. As a kid, that was the only green thing I would eat, was green peas. And
I think it sounds incredible.
I would mix them in everything because they're little balls and they mix into everything so well.
Yep, that's exactly what we were thinking.
So I would mix them into my mashed potatoes and gravy. I would mix them into mac and cheese. Man, I'm hungry for that.
Well, no, just the whole idea of mixing things in, like, so, I made this big thing of beans. I made a big thing of rice. And then you just start finding like, oh, you can put meat into this beans and rice. You could put peas into the beans. You could put anything in there and then just put a bunch of hot sauce on it. I mean, I've been eating a lot of that.
I think the way that I've been doing it is I just open doors in cabinets and just start grazing for stuff.
Doors?
Like cabinet doors and refrigerator doors, and I'll like open 2 doors and I'll stand there and I'll like pick a little of this, a little of that, and I'll just eat it. And then I'll shut the door, I'll open other doors or cabinets and I'll eat. And what I've noticed is I think I'm probably going to gain 20 pounds.
That's what I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to like not go into the snacking situation. So I've really limited my options on that front.
You froze all your snacks.
Has not. No,
you got to defrost your snacks for 24 hours?
No, I only got myself like pistachios because I do pistachios at the office, and pistachios are good, but you're not going to sit there and just eat an entire bag of pistachios.
And they're difficult to eat because you have to shell each one.
I did that once. I ate an entire bag of pistachios, and I had an allergic reaction. My hands started to itch and swell because I ate. This was back when our studio was in Fuquay. And I remember I was like, man, my hand's itching a lot. And I was just like scratching my hands and they were like swelling up like mitts. And it was because I ate too many pistachios. So you should freeze half of them.
Okay, I'll freeze those pistachios.
Unless you're not allergic. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to eat less. I'm almost positive that I'm eating probably 500 to 750 calories a day less than I otherwise
less,
was.
Though. Like,
yeah, you're doing a lot less too.
Make a point to walk every day because I'm just sitting the whole day. So that's another thing.
But I mean, we never walk around our neighborhood. Like we've been here almost like 4 or 5 years, and
I'm encountering people like you. This is my other thing about quarantine is that I walk all the time in the neighborhood, usually on the weekends.
And now you're seeing new walkers.
Yes, I'm seeing new walkers, and those walkers I've got to stay 6 feet away from, and they have
Well, they got to stay 6 feet away from you too.
I know, but I'm like, oh, and also the dog's greeting situation. Like, I'll let a little nose to nose situation happen, maybe. But other than that, I won't let any dog interaction happen either, because I'm just really worried about it. But I feel so bad because they want to say hi to each other. So just a little nose kiss, but not a butt to nose. I feel like the anus is more likely to let out, the virus.
I think you need to read some papers.
I mean, I think it's actually quite the opposite, right?
Yeah, it's the opposite. You should only let them anus touch.
Because the humans who might have it are definitely not licking their own dog's anuses.
But they are licking the nose.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you need to
I'll implement that moving forward.
you got to go out and be like, okay, this is my dog Ringo, and your dog can only lick his butt.
Speaking of anuses, the toilet paper situation. So I've never been as conscious about the amount of toilet paper I use every time. Because I remember there's a children's museum. That segue was bad, but there's a children's museum in Greensboro, and they have a little sign, or they used to have a little sign in their bathrooms that was a rhyme about using 2 sheets of toilet paper. And
that ain't enough.
Yeah. But I've just been so conscious of because usually you just just grab and you don't think how many sheets am I using? But now in these times you're I'm going to think about how many sheets I'm using.
Welcome to my
how many
world.
are you down to?
I've been counting my sheets for years. Yeah.
Yeah, Link and Chrissy are not going to run out. But how many toilet paper rolls are you down to?
Well, I will say we had a modern day hero visit our house a couple days ago, because Cassie's friends with everybody in the neighborhood, and she has a really good friend who lives down the street who just happens to be a gentleman in his mid-60s, but she's very, very close with him. And I heard a motorcycle idling outside of our house, and I was about to do my whole why are they here for so long? But then I looked out, and it was him, and he was on the motorcycle, and he had a big pack of toilet paper that he was bringing to us.
Was he just tossing it to everybody on the street?
No, he was just tossing it to us.
It pays to be nice to people. Listen, my toilet paper was. Did you pay him? My toilet paper were solved by my sister-in-law, who we thought it was a little. I mean, my sister-in-law tends to give very creative gifts, and so we thought it was okay, this is cool. We got a huge crate of toilet paper for Christmas. It's actually it's a toilet. It's called What the Crap, and it's made. What is it made from, Jesse?
Is this Link's brand?
It's made from bamboo.
Who gives a crap?
Who gives a crap? Not what the crap. Who gives a crap? Because what the crap would be way too specific. Yeah. Who gives a crap? And it's made from bamboo, and it doesn't feel like you're wiping wood on your butt. It feels like high quality toilet paper, and it comes in these cool pattern. They wrap it. The toilet paper is white, but they wrap the toilet paper in these cool things. Anyway, she sent us a giant box of this for Christmas, and so we have a giant box of toilet paper.
You know, when you have a really good bottle of liquor or something, and then you just don't want to drink it because you're no, that's for a special occasion. But then the special occasion, it's never special enough.
Right.
That's how I feel about that toilet paper description, but it is special enough for right now.
Oh yeah, we're using it.
It sounds like you should be asking her what stocks to invest in as well. I mean, she had a premonition. All right, guys, let's wrap up this more. But I think that I think we can keep doing mores.
Yeah.
Let's
And
bring
in
in
future
some
mores, we're going to check in,
people,
depending on how this goes technically. The idea is that we're going to check in on other mythical crew members and see what they're doing in their homes and what stories they might have to tell about strange men on motorcycles.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Sounds
in the
good.
meantime, I want to encourage you guys, especially if you're a member of the Mythical Society, that's a great place to connect and, to hang out. And I was going to say commiserate, but I think composerate. I'm trying to come up with a new word that means to encourage each other in positivity. I'm seeing a lot of that happen on the Mythical Society and or wherever comments are found. Be your mythical best. And let's see. I guess we'll be doing. What day is this coming out? So we're doing the Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing.
Yeah. We'll see you later.
Sign up for the Third Degree quarterly or annual plan at mythicalsociety.com by March 31st to get your 80s movies Link hasn't seen stereoscopic viewer.